Good morning students. Today we are going to say about 7th standard social science term 3 history unit 2 art and architecture of Tamil Nadu. So the introductions are Dravidian architecture is of indigenous origin. It advanced over time by a process of evolution. The earliest examples of Tamil Dravidian architectural tradition were the 7th century. Rock-cut shrines at Mahabalipuram, the absence of monuments in South India to the 7th century to attributed by scholars to temples to have been built in wood, which were eventually destroyed by forces of nature. In Tamil Nadu, the evolution of temple architecture took place in 5 stages. First one, the Pallava epoch, period from 600 to 850 AD, and the second one, the early Chola epoch, the period from 850 to 1100 AD, the later epoch from 1100 to 1350 AD, Vijayanagara and Nayak epoch from 1350 to 1600 AD, and modern epoch from 600 AD. So first we say about the Pallava epoch. The Pallava epoch witnessed a transition from rock-cut to free-standing temples. Rock-cut temples were individually built by curving a rock to the required design, and then rocks were cut to build temples. The Pallava king Mahendravarman was a pioneer in rock-cut architecture. Mandagapattu temple was the first rock-cut temple built by him. The rock-cut cave structure have two pillars in the front that hold it. All the cave temple have simple sanctum cut on the rear side of the wall with the frontage projecting mandapa. On either side are two Dwarabalas, that is gatekeepers. This cave architecture reached its decadent space after 700 AD and gave way to the large structural temples, probably because the structural temples provide a wider scope to the sculptor to use his skill. And next one is the Store temple at Mahabalipuram, also called the Seven Pagodas, was built by the Pallava king Narasimhavarman II. It is the oldest structural temple in South India. The structural temples were built using blocks of rock inserts of a whole block as earlier. Narasimhavarman II, also known as Rajasimha, built the Kanji Kailasanatha temple. The Vaikunda Perumal temple at Kanjipuram was built by Nandivarman II. Mahabalipuram is built of cut stones rather than carved out of caves. It has two shrines, one dedicated to Shiva and the other to Vishnu. The Tamil Dravida tradition is exemplified by rock-cut monuments such as Panchapandava Rathas. The namely of Panchapandava Rathas are Draupadi Ratha, Dharmaraja Ratha, Bhima Ratha, Arjuna Ratha, and Nahula Sahadeva Ratha. The outer walls of the Rathas, especially of Arjuna, Bhima and Dharmaraja, are decorated with niches and motifs. So the next one, the Arjuna penance carved on the face of granite boulder is a magnificent relief measuring approximately 100 feet long by 45 feet height. So the next epoch, Pandya temples in Pallava epoch. So early Pandyas were the contemporaries of the Pallavas. Unlike the Pallavas, Pandyas installed deities in the sanctums in their cave temples. More than 50 cave temples have been found in different parts of the Pandyan Empire. The most important of them are found in Malayadi Kurichi, Anemalai, Tirupparangundram and Tiruchirappalli. These caves were dedicated to Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma. In the Shiva temple of Pandyas, the linga is carved out of the mother rock. The figure of Nandi is also carved out of the rock. The Shiva lingam in the sanctum is installed in the center with enough space all around it. The sanctum also has a drainage canal. The pillars are divided into 3 parts and are of different sizes. The pillars have no uniform ornamentation. The backside walls are divided into 4 niches and with the past relief images of Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, Ganapati, Subramanya, Surya, Brahma and Saraswati are carved out. The Dwarabalas figure on either side of sanctum. Rock cut and structural temples are significant part of the Pandya architecture. The illustrated example for rock cut style is unfinished Kalugumalai Vetuvan Koil temple. The Vetuvan Koil, a monolithic temple at Kalugumalai, is out of huge boulder on 4 sides. At the top of the temple, sculptures of Uma Maheshwarar, Dakshinamurti, Vishnu and Brahma are found. Meenakshi Amman temple in Madurai and Nelliyapar temple in Tirunelveli represent examples of Pandyan architectural styles. The next one, Pandya sculptures. The walls of the caves are decorated with the bas relief of the gods and goddess. In the case of structural temples, the walls of the sanctums are free from image decorations. Instead, the superstructures and the pillars have the sculptures. The sculptures look majestic, having elaborate soldiers, slim bodies, beautiful ornaments and high crowns. Tirupparangundram, Aanaimalai and Kalugumalai have the vast relief of many deities. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Parvati, Subramanya, Ganapati and Dakshinamurti. These are some remarkable images of the cave temples. Many early Pandya images unearthed from Madurai and its surrounding areas are now in Thirumalai Nayakar Museum at Madurai. The paintings of Pandya's period. Caves at Siddannavasal 15 kilometers away from Pudukottai and at Tirumalapuram in Sankaran Koil Taluk, Tirunelveli district have outstanding early Pandya paintings. Siddannavasal was residential cave of the Jain monks. They painted the walls with fresco painting. Unfortunately, we have lost many of those paintings. Among the surviving ones, the Lotus Pond is notable for its excellent executions of colors and exposition of the scene. The image of lotus flowers, leaves spread all over the pond, animals, elephants, buffaloes, swans and man who bullocks the flowers look brilliant. The Siddannavasal paintings have similarities with the Ajanta paintings. Tirumalapuram, from where we get early Pandya paintings, are in a damaged condition. The early Chola epoch. The next epoch, the early Chola epoch. The Cholas came to limelight in 850 AD under Vijayalaya Chola and continued to govern the region for about 400 years. For the early Chola epoch, the temple at Dadapuram near Dindivanam in Tamil Nadu is worth maintaining. The early Chola architecture followed the style of Sempiyan Mahadevi temples with the increased number of Deva Costa. Figures can be classified as belonging to the Sempiyan style. Tirupurambiyam is an illustration example of early temple that was refashioned in the days of Sempiyan Mahadevi. The next epoch, later Chola epoch. The maturity attained by Chola architectures reflected in the two magnificent temples of Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram. The magnificent Tanjavur big temple dedicated to Shiva, completed around 1009 AD. It's a fitting memorial to the material achievements of the time of Rajaraja. Tanjavur Big Temple. At the time Big Temple of Tanjavur was constructed, it was huge temple complex. The 216 feet Vimana is notable as it is one among the tallest man-made Shiharas of the world. Due to its massive height, the Shihara is called the Dakshina Meru. The huge bull statue measures about 16 feet long and 13 feet height, and it curved out of a single rock. Gangaikonda Cholapuram served as the Chola capital for about 250 years until the decline of the Cholas and the rise of the Pandyas. The Prahadishwara temple of Gangaikonda Cholapuram, built by Rajendra Chola, is undoubtedly as worthy a successor to the Prahadishwara temple to Tanjavur. The height of the temple is 55 meters. The sanctum has 2 stories as in the big temple at Tanjavur. The outer wall has many projections with nice and recesses on 3 sides. In the nice, there are 3 images of Shiva, Vishnu and other gods. The temple complex has the shrines of Chandeshwarar, Ganesha and Mahishasura Mardini. So Dharasuram near Kumbakonam, it's a later Chola period temple, rich in architectural splendor, dedicated to Airavadishwara. Rajaraja II constructed this temple. This temple is another landmark of the Chola architecture. The Maha Mandapam is an elaborate structure. Its entire structure looks like a Ratha because it has 4 wheels at the Maha Mandapam. The sanctum and pillars have many sculptures which are miniatures of various mythological figures. A compound wall runs round the temple with the gopuram. So the next epoch, later Pandya. The contribution of later Pandyas to South Indian art was significant. As in point is the cave temple at Pillayarpatti belonging to 13th century. This temple is important both from its sculptures and from an inscription. A beautiful Ganesha is curved facing the entrance. The importance of the figure referred to Desi Vinayaka in the cave inscription is that there are 2 arms with the trunk turning to the right. The next epoch, Vijayanagara epoch. During the Vijayanagara epoch, a new form of construction emerged. It is the mandapam, to where the gods are carried every year. Pilgrimage outdoor mandapams are meant for public ritual, with the ones in the east serving as the waiting room for devotees, which adorn the large temples. These mandapams attract attention for its monolithic pillars. On these pillars are sculptured horses, lions and the gods. The Kalyana Mandapam at Kanchipuram and Vellore are notable examples. The most celebrated of these mandapams in temple of Madurai is the Pudu Mandapam. The main features of the Vijayanagar and Nayak architecture are decorated mandapas, ornamental pillars, life-size images, gopuras, praharas, music pillars, floral works and stone windows during the 15th to 17th centuries, tanks and attached to the temples. Gateways to temple are constructed for 4 directions with massive gopurams. The practice of fitting the knives with sculptures continued during the Nayak period. There was an increased use of major sculpted figures as found the Alahiya temple at Tirukurungudi at Tirunelveli district, and the Gopala Krishna temple in the Ranganatha temple complex at Srirangam. The southern festival mandapam of Adinanda temple at Alvar, Tirunagari and the porch of the Nelliyappa temple at Tirunelveli are other notable examples. The Mandapam of Adinatha temple, Alvar, Tirunelveli. In the Tamil Nadu, the images of deities attached to composed columns gradually freed themselves from the core column. The 1000-pillar Mandapam of the Meenakshi Sundareshwara temple, Pudu Mandapam at Madurai, Radhi Mandapam at Tirukurungudi, and Vanamalai temple at Nahuneri and illustrates examples of the Mandapam architectures of this period. The pillars of this period are more decorative than the previous period. Monolithic, gigantic Yali pillars, horse pillars with life-size portraits of mythological and royal family members. Common folk, animals and floral works were made. Musical pillars were the peculiar features of this time. The Jalakandeshwara temple at Vellore, the temple at Tadikombu near Dindikkal and Krishnapuram near Tirunelveli, and the Subramanya shrine in the big temple Thanjavur are most remarkable edifices of this time. Vijayanagar and Nayak paintings are seen at Varadaraja Perumal temple at Kanjipuram, Koodalalagar temple at Madurai, and the temples of Srivilliputtur, Thiruvellarai, Alagar Koil, Thiruvannamalai, and Srirangam. The paintings mostly have the stories from Ramayana, palace, scene, and mythological stories. So the next period, modern period. This is after AD 1600. The Setupatis as the feudatories of Madurai Nayaks ruled Ramanathapuram and contributed to the Ramanatha Swami temple architecture. In the temple of Rameshwaram, the predominance of corridors is striking. It is claimed that this temple has the longest set of corridors in the world. The temple has 3 sets of corridors. The outer set of the temple's corridors has a height of almost 7 meters and stretches for about 120 meters in both the eastern and western directions. The corridors to the north and to the south, on the other hand, are about 95 meters in length. The outer corridor is also remarkable for the number of pillars that support it, which is over 1200 in number. Moreover, many of these pillars are decorated by ornate carvings. The innermost set of corridors is the oldest of the 3. So, the summary. In the sum, the Pallava period featured sculptures rocks. The early Chola period was marked by grand vimanas. The later Chola period was known for beautiful gopurams. Vijayanagara period's unique features was the Mandapam, and the modern period was when corridors were given prominence. Thank you, children.